talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. Let's talk. Listen, in order to know where we are at today, we have to look back a little bit. We got to go back in the past to understand where we are right at this moment. And I'm going to drop some facts for you real quick. And then I'm going to read something that somebody that sits up top wrote me and asked to be discreet about it. So just take that for what it's worth. Yeah. So this is going back a few years. And again, this all has relevance to where the negotiations sit with Renfroe, as well as our upcoming negotiations with the APWU. And I want to drop some facts from the past, recent past, and again, to see where we're at today. Today is the time of information, technology, and it's at your fingertips. Sometimes you got to use a little research and you can find some things out. So without further ado, DeJoy and other postal officials receive big bonuses. Now, an unpopular statement I'm about to make is I kind of like DeJoy. I kind of like his brash ways. I personally think he's an asshole, but he's an asshole that's making the changes that we need. It's up to our unions to kind of regulate some of those things so we don't lose jobs, as well as negotiate for higher pay wages. Why do I say higher pay wages? Because of this. Louis DeJoy remains one of the most controversial United States Postmaster Generals, but he is also one of the highest paid. U.S. Board of Governors, the logistics executive, DeJoy, has a compensation package totaling $480,985 for the fiscal year ending September 30th. A performance bonus approved by the board itself pushed DeJoy over the $400,000 salary of our current president. DeJoy's base salary is $305,681,000. It's the highest ever paid for the top job at the United States Postal Service. According to filing, DeJoy's salary was boosted by $75,865 performance bonus and other benefits. That's amazing. The actual current president of the United States is, I believe his salary is $235,000 a year. That's the president of the United States, $235,000 a year. And DeJoy is almost at $500,000 per year. I can go on and on with this, but money should have no relevance to where we're at right now, right? If there's money to give that type of boost to the top official in the United States, then we should be able to get some of that change, little chicka change. So, title of this from the individual is USPS needs additional participants to continue to violate NALC collective bargaining rights in good faith. An outside investigation needs to be handled by attorneys based off the statements of Brian Renfroe. Salary incentives, both by the main negotiators, is the reason for concern, with the statements of Renfroe basically stating that the USPS never submitted a proposal. Then where and how is he bringing forth an agreement that only he proposes? So the United States is supposed to propose something, the Postal Service is supposed to propose something to him, then he's supposed to propose something back to him. That's where the negotiation process comes in. But if the United States Postal Service never offered a proposal, which seems a little weird to me, because after 18 months of him doing whatever it is he did, he's saying that they never even came to the table with a proposal. And then he submitted a proposal. Is he bringing forth an agreement that only he proposed? No one knows because of that behind the scenes negotiations. Renfroe is blatantly lying to his membership deliberately, coming out of situations and or hearings that called for his removal as president of the NALC only reinvigorated his ego while boasting his power of authority, leading to his disinvolvement of the union that he serves. Meaning, every time he got charges brought up against him, how come they all just disappeared? Which means, I guess, when somebody just seems to skate all their charges, they start to feel like they're invincible. And if the people that are helping you skate those charges are saying, hey, we'll help you get out of these charges, but this is what we'd like from you, I assume that's what this person is referring to. Charges brought against Renfroe could possibly be viewed as not completely healed from disease or addiction that consumed him before noteworthy to all while actually being on duty. Every statement that comes out of the mouth of the NALC president could be used in criminal and or civil court proceedings. And if it is determined that the USPS officials is involved in this underhandedly collective agreement of corrupt officials while violating the collective bargaining agreement of all NALC members, then it should be, as Renfroe has stated before, as historic in his biggest union buster in the United States history, including that of the USPS. I agree. Forensic computer analysis could perform electronic scan of all of Renfroe technology devices to actually determine the communication lines of Renfroe in addition to Renfroe's itinerary from the last 3 years based on evidence provided by his assistant. It is so much that individual can provide based on things happening behind the scenes. One thing that I know is that there are other players involved with possibly the same understanding as Renfroe. I am located in, we have a history of corrupt public officials. To conclude, it does not separate or confine to just government agencies, whether it's local, state, or national. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. I felt the need to share this small article as well as very little opinion behind it because this person wants to remain anonymous because they sit somewhere up there. It's very interesting that when you have your own people sitting up top and they want the rest of the masses to know, they share it with some guy sitting in his living room in my boxers to share with everybody. I'm gonna share the information the best I can. And somebody out there, we have a huge postal service right now. There's so many carriers out there that have a cousin, an uncle, an aunt, a nephew, a son, a friend of a friend that knows legal jargon. Made that word up. That could possibly help, get involved to maybe get to the bottom of this. Because you know what? It might be that Renfroe was telling the truth and we could all be crazy, but there's so much speculation. And then when you have other officials reaching out to some weird dude sitting here, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Is it really gonna bother him? It shouldn't. He was gone for 18 months. And again, whatever his personal issues that he had going on inside of his personal life, it's understandable. We all have demons that we fight. But when you sit at such a high prestigious position, and we want to call it prestigious because the president of one of the largest unions should be a prestigious position, but you don't fulfill your duties, or you have more than half or less than half of your own people that question you or question what your motives are, then something should happen. If you look at other unions, they either like their union or they don't. There has yet to be, that I'm aware of, in the type of industry that we're in, there's yet to be a bunch of people that are anti-president of their union. Just totally, I mean, it's happened in the past once or twice, but UPS isn't doing that. They're not spazzing over their president. If the president steps up and he fights for all of them and he says, hey, this is what we're aiming at, a majority of them are gonna stand behind their president and say, yes, this is what we're working for. Same thing with other major unions. This is what we're standing for. Never have I seen or even experienced, me personally, a union leader like your president, Renfroe, that is so nonchalant about negotiations for money, for benefits for you guys, as if he doesn't really care, and then hears people saying this is not good and complain to him, and he just brush it off. It's so odd to me for this to occur. It's baffling. It really is. It's baffling because even with the APWU, I had some disagreements with, you know, our president and how he handled things, and our local presidents, and, you know, going up the ladder. But the one thing that I knew I was always able to do was at least go on my website and see what's happening, what's changing, what they're proposing. My local shop steward, I guess you'd call him that, or craft director, you know, he shared as much information that was shared with him. You know, he's pretty straightforward to a degree. He didn't, you know, he kept it kind of down the middle. He pretty much explained to me the union was there to enforce the contract, and he said, this is what we're fighting for, this is what we're fighting for, this is what we're fighting for. But unfortunately, it's so split. You have some great union shop stewards here, and then you have some that are, you know, self-serving on the other side. And then you have, it's so rare to see shop stewards try to drill home a point to a bunch of people that say, yeah, I don't like this. And they're trying to drill home the point, well, this is great because of XYZ. But XYZ isn't what they're proposing. And you explain this, and when they say, you know what, I don't know, that means they're misinformed. When your leadership is misinformed, how do you want your members to feel? How do you want your members to feel? You know, when they start coming to you asking about, hey, I want to take my union dues back, and then you get defensive. You know, union dues help keep everything afloat. And if you got a bunch of people in your area that feel like you're the top people sitting at their hall are not working for them, and then they want to just, you know what, I don't feel like paying dues anymore. I understand the union at top is doing what they're supposed to, but in this case, they don't even feel that's happening. What is left for the local members when they feel like they have no other alternatives? I'm not getting enough money to pay my electric bill. I'm not getting enough money to pay my phone bill or, you know, my gas. At this point, I don't foresee it. I'm just gonna withdraw my union dues, and that'll help me alleviate some of this cost. And then all of a sudden they become scabs. You know, it's wild, but that information is basically, you know, worth something. If DeJoy was able to, you know, have such a high payroll, again, you know, he's Postmaster General of the whole post office, there's money somewhere. Postal Service gave him a performance bonus. There's money somewhere. Why are we not negotiating for it? This is JH. Food for thought. Y'all tell me what you think. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.